So this was the lobby area of the Paradisus resort in Cancun, Mexico. When we first walked in, I was immediately taken away by the beautiful greenery. It definitely had a grand look, as you can see, multiple levels of just lush green. And it looked amazing at night as well, which you'll see later. But I really, really enjoyed the look of this resort. I was very excited for us to get some lunch and get the day going. As you can see, the bottom of this resort has these little wooden boxes. Those are actually part of a restaurant, and those are where people can sit to eat. So we were about to check into our room and get our day started. But again, this is Paradisus Resort in Cancun, Mexico. I'm going to tell you guys all about my experience. It was overall pretty good. But there were a few things that I didn't like. The food was pretty decent. This is the selection of desserts that they had for lunch. They also had like a bagel station with salmon and bread. It was a good selection. This was like vegetables, home fries, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some bacon, eggs. So basically, they had a late breakfast when we got in. It's kind of like brunch time was when we checked in. They had some yogurt parfaits. Over here, this is the one of the lounges. This is where they actually did the nighttime entertainment. I didn't take much footage of that nighttime entertainment because I didn't find it that entertaining. It was a Mexican drum performance, and unfortunately, it just was a little bit scary or creepy, in my opinion. That night, we ended up having a blackout, and that was the first time I ever experienced a blackout in a resort. So, as I was going back to the room, the drumming from the performance was still happening, and it was kind of creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But back to this beautiful resort, I would say that was just one thing that I didn't like. But as you can see, the outside area is stunning, very beautiful. That night, we did end up going to a casino and a nightclub just to see what Cancun had to offer. I have been to Cancun before. This is the main strip. This is where all the parties happen, from Coco Bongo to La Baquita. Overall, Cancun is a really good party vibe. So the next day, we decided to go on a little excursion. I have been to Cancun before many times. I've also been to Playa and I've been to Tulum. So just thinking of something fun or different to do in Cancun was a little bit difficult, but I ended up coming across a tour that was basically a clear boat. It wasn't like one of those drone photo shoots that you see in Turks and Caicos and other islands. This was actually a group kayak tour. So basically, they put you in this clear kayak with about, I'd say, 10 to 12 people. And you can see under the water. It's very clear. You see a lot of fishes and some of the underwater plants and vegetation, which is very beautiful. This is me enjoying the ride. It was a bit scary because the water was a little bit rough. So I will say this is something I probably wouldn't do again. There's something a little bit scary about being on a clear kayak when the water is this rough, because it feels like you're going to flip over. These were some pirate ships that we saw on the way. This was our instructor telling us about it. It was pretty interesting. We got back to the hotel and we decided to relax for a little bit. Like I mentioned, the resort had a lot of outside areas that were stunning. Everything was aesthetically very pleasing. I absolutely loved it. Took a lot of pictures here. But I got back to the room, changed, and here is my outfit for dinner, which I think looked pretty cool myself. I love this dress. This is from Retrofit. They have a lot of different dresses of this style. It's basically just a long maxi dress, which you can't see the whole thing here, but they have different colors and patterns. We ate at one of the hotel's Italian restaurants and it was amazing. Overall, we just tried a bunch of different things from like a shrimp pasta. I think that was the carbonara pasta. Very yummy. This girl performed. Check her out here. She was amazing. So after dinner, I decided to kind of walk around and get some more footage. As I mentioned earlier, this is the view of that lobby area at night. Absolutely beautiful. After dinner, I did a quick change. This is actually after the blackout happened, and I was kind of relieved to see some light, and we were ready to go and have a good night out. We went literally back to the same area that we were the night before. My two-piece outfit is from Alice and Olivia, by the way. So this was day 3, officially the last day, the last morning, I should say, before we headed back to the airport. This was literally a 48-hour trip, so very quick, very short. So we were just looking around the hotel, just checking anything out that we didn't see before we headed to get something to eat for breakfast. And this was me on the beach. This is an outfit that I got from Marshall's. I believe this was from Rachel Roy. I just come alive near the water. I absolutely love looking at the ocean. I don't like being in the ocean, but I love looking at it. So that's it. Hope you enjoy.